But how long into an 82-game season is it where until you know the team you have? How many games does that take?
Well, I think, Mike, a lot of it will depend on your health, right? But if you're healthy, I always thought about 20 games in, about a quarter of a way through the year, you're really starting to get a feel for your team and strengths and weaknesses and where you're going to be. But if you don't have certain guys, key guys early in the year, it can take a lot longer than that. And so, some of these teams are basically going to be new. The Pacers without Halliburton, the Celtics without Tatum, and then they made major trades. So these early games are going to give all of us as fans, media, coaches, whatever, a glimpse into maybe what these teams are going to be. The beginning of the year, as you know, in every sport are fun. We probably overreact to early results, all of us, but it's exciting to see what may happen with some of these teams.
You mentioned all the injuries in the Eastern Conference this offseason. You throw in Dame Lillard and the Achilles that ultimately prompts the moves made by Milwaukee to try and bolster around Giannis. Who do you look at going into this season as the team on paper that's got the best chance or opportunity to take the Eastern Conference?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think the Eastern Conference is as wide open as it can be. I think that, a lot of people are going to point to the Knicks and the Cavs, which I think make a lot of sense. But also, I think Orlando and Detroit, two young teams, if they can stay healthy, have a great chance. And then Philadelphia, to me, is a wild card because, look, it was so bad last year, and it is hard to imagine that a team with guys like Embiid and George will stay healthy. But if they do, that's still a very talented team. And then Atlanta, to me, got a lot better. And so I think we're going to see a wide open Eastern Conference. But going into it, week one, I think the Cavs and the Knicks have to be your two favorites.
Over in the West, Oklahoma City obviously is going to be the favorite to come out of there again and possibly repeat as champions. The Houston Rockets were the 2 seed last year and petered out in the playoffs. How much better are they, and how much can they compete with Kevin Durant?
You know what? That's going to be interesting because I'm not sure they're better. I'm really not sure they're better. Yes, they will have, an easier time scoring the ball, which was a problem for them. But that team was built on their defense, young, tough, long, athletic guys. And I think with Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks gone, they took a step back on the defensive end of the floor. And I don't know if what Kevin Durant adds offensively will be enough for that. I also think, like anytime Denver, to me, got a lot better. They addressed their depth. I think that's going to be a lot better. Minnesota will continue to be very, very good. I don't know if a number 2 seed can be counted on by the Houston Rockets. And I don't think anybody in the West that I've seen is close to OKC. I would say Denver's the closest because they got the best player in the world and they've got some depth now.